You're not even fully awake yet, and you're already checking. It happens before the alarm is finished, before the first thought of the day. The phone is the first thing, every morning, without deciding to. Most people check their phone within 60 seconds of waking up. This isn't a character flaw, it's a design outcome. And the science is fascinating, because what's happening in your brain when you reach for that phone goes deeper than habit. Your brain has a reward system. It runs on dopamine, and your phone was engineered to activate it. Every notification, every like, every new post, your brain processes these as small reward signals. The dopamine isn't released when you get the reward, it's released in anticipation of it. That's why you check before you know there's anything to check. The anticipation is the reward. And the phone delivers that anticipation on demand, dozens of times per day. Researchers call this a behavioral loop: anticipation, check, partial reward, repeat. It's structurally identical to the loop that makes slot machines so compelling. Pull the lever, maybe something good. Pull again, the maybe is the mechanism. Scroll the feed, maybe something interesting. Scroll again, the maybe never resolves. This is called variable reward reinforcement, one of the most powerful behavioral drivers in psychology. The average person checks their phone 96 times per day. Once every 10 minutes of waking life. That number isn't about addiction. It's about design. The apps were built for exactly this. There is a name for what you feel when your phone hasn't been checked in a while. It's a low-level unease, a mild background tension. Not quite anxiety, just present. That feeling is connected to the same anticipation circuits as the check itself. Some people feel their phone vibrate when it hasn't. Researchers call this phantom vibration syndrome. The brain generates the sensation even in its absence. The anticipation is that well-trained. This is not a moral failure, it is a measurable neurological response to a designed stimulus. Every red badge, every buzz is calibrated to interrupt your attention at the exact threshold of noticeability. This matters because attention is not infinite. Each interruption costs something real. Research shows it takes an average of 23 minutes to fully regain focus after an interruption. 23 minutes for a notification that took 4 seconds to check. In a workday of constant checking, that math compounds into significant lost cognitive capacity. But it's not just productivity, it's presence. When you check your phone mid-conversation, the other person registers it. There is a documented phenomenon called phubbing, phone snubbing, with measurable effects on relationships. People who are phubbed report lower connection, lower trust, lower relationship satisfaction. The phone doesn't just take attention from the task, it takes it from the person. The most quietly damaging version is the check you don't even notice you made. The automatic reach. The hand that moves before the mind decides. Most habitual checkers cannot tell you how often they check. It happens below conscious awareness. There is also a social comparison dimension that researchers have studied carefully. Every time you open a social app, you're handed a curated version of other people's lives, and your brain automatically, involuntarily, begins to compare. This is called social comparison theory. We evaluate ourselves against others. We always have. But we've never had a device that delivers thousands of comparison points every single day. The feed is algorithmically weighted toward content that provokes engagement. Envy drives clicks. None of this means you are weak. It means you are human inside a designed system. Simply having your phone on the desk, face down, silent, still reduces cognitive capacity. Your brain allocates resources to managing the phone's proximity. That was measured. It costs something. So what does all of this add up to? Approximately 2 hours and 24 minutes per day. That's 36 days per year. Most of that time is not chosen. It is automatic. The reach, the check, the scroll. The most important thing, the behavior is not your character. It is a trained response. And trained responses can be examined, adjusted, worked with honestly. The research on reducing compulsive phone use is actually encouraging. Small, deliberate friction significantly reduces automatic checking. The design of your environment matters. Phone in another room, checking frequency drops measurably, notifications off, the loop weakens. Designated phone-free windows of even 20 minutes show real improvements in focus quality. These are not dramatic interventions, they are design changes to your daily conditions. Because willpower alone is the wrong tool for this problem. You cannot outdiscipline a system specifically designed to overcome your self-control. What you can do is change the conditions. Make the automatic reach slightly less automatic. The goal is not to eliminate your phone. That misses the point entirely. The goal is to be the one deciding when you check, not the check deciding for you. There's a question worth sitting with. What are you actually looking for when you check? Mostly connection, novelty, reassurance, a sense of keeping up with something. These are genuinely human needs. The phone didn't create them, it just offered instant access. And that speed, that instant availability is exactly where the cost hides. The slow version of connection, the real conversation, builds something the feed cannot. The slow version of novelty in the walk, the book, the experience lands differently in the body. What the research ultimately suggests is something simple and genuinely hard at the same time. The moments you are most alive are the moments you are actually present in. Not performing them, not photographing them, not checking what you missed while you were in them. Just in them fully, which requires only the decision to put the phone down. Not forever, just for this moment, this meal, this conversation, this morning. Your attention is the most valuable thing you have. It is finite and it is yours. What you give it to, that is your life. That is what your life is actually made of. You already know this. You have probably known it for a while. The phone will still be there in 20 minutes. This moment will not. You are not broken for struggling with this. Everyone who owns a smartphone struggles with this. But awareness is not the same as helplessness. Seeing the mechanism changes your relationship with it. Start with one window, one meal, one conversation where the phone stays in your pocket. Notice what's actually there when you look up. It's been there the whole time.